गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट, वेलकम बैक इन माय चैनल। आज मैं जो है एलएलएम फर्स्ट ईयर के फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में पढ़ाए जाने वाले कंपैरेटिव एंड कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म के पेपर को आगे कंटिन्यू करते हुए, जिसमें कि मैंने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में आपको बताया कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ फेडरलिज्म, और जो है उसके बाद से मैं आपको बता रही हूँ पैटर्न्स ऑफ फेडरल गवर्नमेंट ऑफ यूएसए, जिसमें कि मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग के लेक्चर में हमने आपको इंट्रोडक्शन दिया था इसके बारे में। उसके बाद से अर्ली फेडरलिज्म बताया, और अर्ली फेडरलिज्म के बाद से मैंने ड्यूअल फेडरलिज्म आपको बताया, और अब आपको मैं कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म बताने जा रही हूँ। कोऑपरेटिव फेडरलिज्म involves a looser interpretation of the 10th Amendment. More specifically, it support the idea that does not provide any additional powers to the states. It operates under the assumption that the federal and state governments are partners with the federal, creating laws for the state to carry out. It relies on the supremacy clause and the necessity and proper clause. Please underline supremacy clause and the necessary and proper clause as constitutional basis for its argument. Court cases such as, please underline court cases such as United States versus Darby Lumber Company and Gracia versus San Antonio Metropolitan Transit Authority expanded the role of cooperative federalism by forcing state to enforce federal labor laws. Although cooperative federalism has roots in the Civil War, the Great Depression marked an abrupt end to dual federalism and a dramatic shift to a strong national government. President Franklin D. Roosevelt New Deal policies reached in the lives of US citizens like no other federal measures had, as the Supreme Court had rejected nearly all of the Roosevelt's economic proposals. The President Roosevelt proposed the Judicial Procedure Reform Bill of 1937 to add more members, the expansion of the court, which never materialized along with the Democrat-controlled Congress, would tilt court ruling in favor of Roosevelt policies. 3 Supreme Court cases that violated the shift in powers. Please जो है write down cases name. First, National Labor Relation Board versus Jones and Laughlin Steel Corporation. Second is Helvering versus Davis, and third, Stewart Machine Company versus Davis. The national government was forced to cooperate with all levels of government on an equal standing with the other layers, as the federal government relied on policy machine at a city level to bypass state legislature. The formerly distinct divisions of responsibilities between state and national government had been described as a layer cake, but with the lives of duty blood cooperative federalism was linked to a marble cake or picket fence. Please underline layer cake, a marble cake or picket fence. In cooperative federalism, federal funds are distributed through grants in aid or categorical grants, which gave the federal government more control over the use of the money. स्टूडेंट, आज मैं अपने लेक्चर्स को यहीं पे ओवर करती हूँ। इसके बाद भी ये कंटिन्यू होगा। अभी इसमें कुछ और भी चीज़ें बताने के लिए बाकी हैं। थैंक यू सो मच। जिन लोगों ने मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब किया, लाइक किया, उनको भी बहुत थैंक यू। थैंक्स वंस अगेन।